Hey guys, it's me, man here, Secondhand Hunter. Got a movie review for you guys. It's of Aliens. This movie's really cool. I like the military style it has all throughout the movie. We start off with, it's been 57 years between the first movie and this one. And this salvage team finds Wrigley's ship, and they end up bringing her back to Earth, I think it was. And she ends up having to face trial for blowing up the original ship that was part of the first movie, which happened to be a $42 million vessel, and they weren't too happy about that. So she explains the whole alien situation that happened. They didn't believe her because there was a civilization living on that planet for an amount of time. I didn't write down the amount of time that they had said. So they didn't believe her. No one had complained about aliens before. So they demoted her to the cargo dock, and later on offered her job back as a flight officer, but she had to go with a military team back to LV-426, which was the planet that she encountered in the first movie. At first she was hesitant about that because she didn't want to relive the same situation that she had just been through. So she refused, and the officer gave her his card and said, if you change your mind, let me know. So she ends up giving him a call on this video phone that looks like an 8-track player. That's kind of funny for the time being when this was made and everything like that. That was, yeah, it was kind of cool. But she ends up giving him a call and says, we're going to go there to blow these guys up, right? He's like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So she agrees to go with the military team to LV-426. They end up getting to LV-426 and they're on this alien hunt to blow these guys up. First they actually go in and see what's up, you know, and they see that the civilization is just like, you know, wiped out. No one's even home. So there's tracers, there's resemblances from what Wrigley had seen prior with the alien blood and everything like that, burning holes through the ground and everything like that. She saw all that stuff, so she knew what was up. She knew what was going on, you know. So they end up finding the hive. They drive this like futuristic tank. They drive this tank into the hive, and they get out and like search it all and everything like that, and they end up getting bombarded with these aliens because, you know, they don't like it when you're all getting up in their business and everything like that. So they'll kill your ass and everything, basically. But they find that hive, and a lot of the people die. Some of them come back, and in the meantime, when that happened there, they destroyed some things on the planet to where they couldn't communicate with their mothership. Or something like that. So they're getting calling this pilot person to come pick them up to take them off the planet, you know, because everything they destroyed, the planet's gonna go boom, because it wasn't keeping it in good order or something like that. So they had to get out of there. But in the meantime, as the pilot was coming to get them, one of those aliens jumped on board, you know, and killed the pilot. So now they're stranded. So in order to get off that planet before it goes boom, they have to communicate with their mothership to get another plane down there to pick them up, you know, by remotely calling it down there. But the problem is that one of their transmitters broke in the meantime, you know, so they had to send their android out there to fix it. And Bishop, who is the android, got out there, fixed it all, got the ship back there to pick them up. But in the meantime, you know, of course, Wrigley falls in love with this kid that they find in like the heating ducts or whatever it is, you know. And her name ends up being Rebecca. She goes by the nickname Newt, and they have this big connection, you know. And Newt and Wrigley, at one point in the movie, almost get killed because of this stupid government dude, Burke. He locked them in the mid-lab, basically, and put the two of the parasite aliens in there, the sucky face ones, and they almost died. But Wrigley woke up just in time, right before it attacked them, you know, and they had to fight it off and defend themselves and stuff like that. And Wrigley puts lighter up to a sprinkler system, and that makes all the sprinklers go off, and then sets off an alarm to where all the military dudes come running because something's up, you know, there's a fire or something like that. So they end up breaking down the glass in the room that they're trapped in, and kill those parasite sucky face thingies, you know. So Newt and Wrigley get out of there. So now they're trying to get out of the little development area to actually get the plane that Bishop had been able to call. That was actually before they actually even called it, but Bishop fixes the transmitter, and in the meantime, between that point where they were almost murdered to getting on the ship, Newt gets lost, you know. They're trying to get up on this little peak, and then she slides down below and gets down in like the gutter system or something like that. And as they're trying to get her back, as they're cutting into the ground, you know, to pull her out, one of the aliens snatches her up and takes her to the hive, you know, because they're going to put those little sucky parasite thingies on her to make more baby aliens, you know. Because of this connection that Wrigley had developed with Newt, she has to get her back, you know, because she's like her kid or something like that now. So Wrigley goes into the hive, actually finds Newt, and just destroys the hive. She finds the queen alien, you know, and just burns the hell out of him, you know. That part in the movie was just awesome. I was just like, yes! How cool is that, you know? Awesome. I love that. So they end up getting outside of the hive, and of course the countdown for the planet's going to go boom, and they're down to like 5 minutes or something like that. And then they get up out of the hive onto the platform, and Bishop's not there. She told Bishop to stay there, wait for me, I will be back before this thing goes boom. And of course Bishop wasn't there, and she's thinking back to like Ash and him betraying the team and everything like that. And how the hell, why would I trust an android, you know? Why would I do that? Why would I trust in a synthetic? But it turns out that the platform was getting unstable for him and the ship, so he had to, you know, maneuver around and then come back, and hopefully that she'd be there to pick her up and then get out of there, you know, which they were able to. After they get out of the atmosphere of that planet and it all goes boom and everything like that, I think it was, yeah, it was the queen alien, you know. She ended up attaching herself to the bottom of the ship as they're blasting off, and they get back to the mothership, and the queen alien's there, and Wrigley and the alien get into a fight. Wrigley jumps into this little lift thingy that has arms and everything like that, and then beats the heck out of her and basically sucks her out of the ship as she sucked the first alien ship out of the, or the first alien out of the first ship in the first movie. Basically the same concept as the first one. So then and there, that's basically the end of the movie. They jump into their freezer bed thingies, and that puts it to the third movie. And yeah, favorite parts of the movie was when Burke the asshole, when they were trying to get out of there and he locks the door and Wrigley's like, "Burke, you asshole!" And then right after he locks the second door, he turns around and there's an alien and it kills him. I was just like, yes! That asshole is dead! I love that. I love that. Another part, I thought it was funny that the video phone looked like a 8-track player. I was amazed by how much the first ship cost, $42 million. It was cool learning the name of the planet. Oh, one part as they're heading to LV-426, when Wrigley's like, "Hey, Sergeant, I'm kind of bored. You know, I feel like a fifth wheel. Is there anything I can do?" And he looks at her and, "I don't know. Is there anything you can do?" So like, "I can drive that lifter. I have a blah 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 certification." And then she pulls up the canister and everything like that, and she's like, "Where do you want it?" He starts laughing. He's like, "Bay 42 or whatever it was." I thought that was cool. Nitty gritty now. Swearing in the order from how often they used it. Fuck, damn, God, shit, ass, Jesus, bitch, hell, bastard, crap, and Christ. Sex and nudity. There's a lot of talk. A lot of talk about sex. Coming from the military, you know, Marines, whatever, talked a lot about sex. A lot about sex. Stuff like, stop your grinning, drop your linen, you know, and I can't wait to get laid type of stuff. Yeah, you get the idea. And crew in their underwear as they get out of their cryo to bed freezer thingies. That's it. That's it on sex and nudity. Violence. Bishop does the knife game, and he puts one of the other Marines' hands above him, or actually one of the other Marines put the other dude's hand above Bishop's hand, and he type of thing, you know. That could be disturbing to some people. Doesn't cut the dude, but he ends up cutting himself a little bit. That's where Wrigley finds out he's an android, freaks out because she remembers the whole last thing about Ash. Burke attempts to murder Newt and Wrigley, and the aliens killing the crew. That's it. I suggest supervision. If children watch this, make sure they cover their eyes or cover their ears and bad parts like that, you know, because you don't want them learning that type of stuff and repeating it. And kids tend to do that. I give this movie a 4 out of 5. It's a awesome movie to watch. Definitely go out and rent it. Yeah. 4 out of 5 with the rent. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, keep it heavy and keep the God. See you guys later.